My name is Kristi Bredbenner. I'm the head softball coach here at Wichita State University. I played softball at Truman State University, which is a Division II school in Kirksville, Missouri, and grew up in the St. Louis area. You know, went through the recruiting process. It was a lot different back then than it is right now. I signed, I think, in the April signing period of my senior year, so waited pretty long, but had some other offers at some Division I schools, and you know, I wasn't a person that was really caught up in the whole Division I, I've got to play it, and you know, it's the best, and you know, I kind of looked at it from what's going to give me the opportunity to play right away, but also get a good education. I was fortunate enough to be an All-American as a catcher and you know, hit pretty well for myself, but also to be able to lead a great group of girls that I can now call friends. And you know, I think that that's probably the biggest thing that I took from Truman is the opportunities that I was given from going there, but also the friendships that I made. My fifth year is probably the biggest thing that happened to my life. I actually coached the team. The coach that I had for those 3 years took a job at the University of California, Santa Barbara. They asked me to coach the team in the fall, at least run the practices and kind of get the girls organized and ready to go while they opened up another search. And I was like, sure. I went ahead, accepted the position, and moved out. My two roommates moved out with me that were fifth years, and the three of us coached the team, and we flip-flopped apartments with somebody else that was on the team. They moved into our spots and we moved into theirs, and you know, kind of the rest is history. I realized that I loved coaching and I loved giving back to the sport that gave me so much, and was offered the head job on a full-time basis, but also offered an assistant position at the University of California, Santa Barbara, where my old coach had taken the position as the head coach. So it was a tough choice, but I think for me, trying something new and moving out to California was what I needed to do if softball was something that I wanted to pursue. Thought it was time for me to make a change and was offered an opportunity to interview for a job at Emporia State University. You know, you look back at all the opportunities that you get, and some of them may seem a little sketchy at times, but you take a chance on them and you do something with it, and you end up with a great job like you have here at Wichita State. Eric Sexton contacted our athletic director at Emporia State, Kent Weiser, and you know, expressed some interest in me, and Kent chatted with me a little bit to see if I would be interested in that, you know, before Eric had contacted me. And you know, I was very open to the possibility of coming here. I think the big thing with taking over a program like Wichita State was changing the culture. And you know, the first thing that we had to do, or that I had to do, was hire a great staff. And you know, I immediately thought about Samantha Shealy, who is a high energy person, but also knows a ton about pitching. And you know, as you know, pitching is where it's at when it gets to softball, is you're going to win and lose in the circle. And we were going to need somebody that had a lot of energy, that was young, but also was very knowledgeable in the circle. And that was the one thing about Sam that I always loved when I coached her at Emporia. And obviously when you get a phone call from Patty Gasso from Oklahoma about a person in her, very dear to her heart, that she feels would be a great assistant coach, you're going to listen. And she called me about Sam Ricketts, and Sam had worked for her for the last 2 years as a graduate manager and played for her for 4 years. Obviously Kaylani was on the team and was looking to make the move into being a full-time assistant coach. And you know, probably one of the best decisions I made. I had actually picked out somebody else and was getting ready to hire when Patty had called me, and really piqued my interest and brought Sam up right away, and knew that that was going to be a good match.
We can do separators, and we can
and so bringing that Division I experience and presence with Sam Ricketts was huge for us. And so once we got that group of coaches together, you know, it was basically trying to figure out, you know, what was going to be successful here at Wichita State. Our focus was just the team. Like, what are we going to do to change this culture, and can we bring a winning culture into this university, a culture of hard work, of discipline. You know, I think the proof's kind of in the pudding. You know, right now I think I'm tough. I don't look at my stats very often. I know we've won 31 games, I believe. I think we might be 31-18 or 31-19, and in second place in the Missouri Valley, which is a drastic difference from last year. And you know, we're a contender. We're a team that believes that, you know, they're changing Wichita State softball's reputation, not only in the athletic department, which was huge, but in the city and in the valley, and then hopefully on the national level in the next couple of years. It's my passion. It's something that's fun. It's giving back to the sport that gave me so much. It's molding young lives, and you know, I always say that if you graduate from here and you can look back and say that you had an awesome experience, that you learned some great life lessons, that you've got a ton of friends, and that you've got a great degree, then I've done my job right. And you know, the cool thing for me is that I can give opportunities for kids to have those type of experiences every year.